Human rights lawyer Chief Malcolm Emokunyovu Omirabo has condemned the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led Nigerian government for applying double standards in its approach to justice in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, a political agitator and wanted bandit leader. Omirabo condemned the continued detention and criminal trial of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, Kanu, by the Nigerian government, while simultaneously entering into peace agreements with a bandit leader who was declared wanted by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters with 5 million naira bounty. In a statement released on Tuesday through his verified X, formerly Twitter account on behalf of the Malcolm Omirabo Foundation, the lawyer demanded immediate and unconditional release of Kanu and an end to his criminal trial. Free Nnamdi Kanu. FGN must end double standards and release Nnamdi Kanu immediately, Omirabo wrote. We note with deep concern the recent report that Isia Kwasien Gara, a notorious bandit leader declared wanted by Nigeria's Defense Headquarters in 2002 with a 5 million naira bounty, has now been approached with pleas to accept a plea deal in Katsina State. The development raises a fundamental question of fairness and justice. Omirabo questioned why is a confirmed criminal being courted for reconciliation, while Nnamdi Kanu, a mere political agitator and the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, continues to languish in detention for years. He argued that the Nigerian government cannot justify what he describes as glaring double standards by keeping Kanu, whom he identified as a political agitator, in detention and behind the bars for years while pleading with wanted bandit leaders for peace. The federal government of Nigeria cannot justify such glaring double standards. If a wanted bandit can be offered dialogue and freedom, then there is absolutely no normal or legal basis for keeping Nnamdi Kanu behind bars, he stressed. Omirabo demanded Kanu's unconditional release, stressing that his continued detention undermines the principles of fairness and national unity. We therefore call on the federal government of Nigeria, FGN, to forthwith release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. His continued detention undermines the principles of equity, justice, and national healing. Free Nnamdi Kanu, free Nnamdi Kanu, free Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu has been in custody of the Department of State Services DSS since June 2021, when he was rearrested abroad and brought back to Nigeria to face charges bordering on terrorism, treasonable felony, and incitement. IPOB, which Kanu founded, is campaigning for the independence of a Biafran nation, predominantly of the southeast region of Nigeria, a movement that has been outlawed by the Nigerian government. Despite multiple court rulings ordering Kanu's release, including a 2022 Court of Appeal judgment that discharged and acquitted him, the Nigerian government has continued to keep him in detention, insisting that the charges against him are too grave to warrant release. His prolonged incarceration has sparked repeated calls for justice from local and international rights groups, political leaders, and civil society organizations. The controversy highlighted by Omirabo followed reports from Katsina State, where government officials and community leaders on Sunday held a peace deal meeting with Isia Kwasien Gara, Adolero, and Barbaro, notorious bandit commanders. The meeting, organized to address escalating clashes between armed herders and farming communities, drew the participation of traditional rulers, community leaders, security representatives, and leaders of herders groups. A video obtained by the media shows the gathering where Alero and dozens of herders, many visibly carrying weapons and ammunition, were in attendance. Barbaro, who has long been on security watch list, attended the dialogue despite being accused of leading the gruesome assault on the Martel Mosque that left dozens injured. Gara, Alero, and Barbaro have been declared wanted by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters for their terrorism activities, including a series of attacks, killing, and kidnappings in the northern region of Nigeria. Particularly, Gara was declared wanted by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters in 2022 with a 5 million naira bounty placed on his head for his involvement in killing, kidnapping, and other acts of terror across the Northwest. Banditry has ravaged several states in northern Nigeria for over a decade, leading to mass killings, abductions, displacements of communities, and severe economic disruption. In the past, some state governments attempted dialogue and amnesty programs with bandits, but critics argued these moves embolden criminals rather than restore peace. Senator Shehu Sani and other prominent human rights activists have recently spoken out against the policy, insisting that leaders of violent gangs should face justice rather than be rewarded with peace negotiations. The juxtaposition of the development dialogue with wanted bandits and continued detention of a political agitator has fueled public debate about fairness, equity, and a rule of law in Nigeria's justice system.